Hey boss. So today's topic is how to build trust and transparency in your organization. So I wanted to share an example. So several years ago, I was working in a company and they actually had hired me to facilitate a team building exercise with them. And in this team building exercise, this is one I use a lot because it actually is non-threatening and it helps the team members be more forthcoming and honest in exactly where the challenges are when it comes to why they're not functioning as a high performing team. And so when the results came and we started talking about what was happening and what they came up with, the number one obstacle to them being a high performing team was the lack of transparency by their boss in the company. And so this is huge because if you do not have transparency in what you're sharing with your people want to know what's going on in the company. They want to know what company information that they should be made aware of, such as financials or any other company information, such as where they are with regard to sales goals. Also, they want you to share information, what is happening. They also want from you, the boss, to know what the expectations are with regard to performance and the goals and that they are expected to achieve in the organization. What are the results? They need to know this and they want you to be transparent in sharing those expectations. So, hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so John Ainsworth was a contributor to this chapter in the book, and obviously it is magnetic trust. And this is actually rule 3, which is be transparent. So when it comes to being transparent and why I have it as a specific chapter in the book is because if you don't have transparency in your company, then you are going to really struggle with the level of trust that your employees are going to give you. And kind of think about this with regard to what's happening within this last year with the lack of transparency in voting, the lack of transparency in what's in bills that are put out by Congress. It's amazing how people only want to share with you what they think that you should know, rather than just being honest and sharing what is actually happening. So if you want your people to trust you, your employees to trust you, then you have got to be transparent with them. And John Ainsworth, he is the president and CEO of Bonifii, and he used to be the executive vice president from the I think it's the, I keep forgetting what his title used to be. It was the Executive Vice President of North America Markets when he was with MasterCard. And so he has actually shared in this book how he views transparency and how he implemented it within his teams, currently as within the Bonifii, and then what he did with MasterCard. And so he had several tips, several ideas for you, and I wanted to share them. And so the first is when it comes to be transparent, you have got to encourage straight talk. So when it comes to straight talk, that means being clear on what the unit goals are. So whether it's market share that you want to achieve or revenue, even sales goals, and if you have products, where are we on products? What products are out there that can actually help increase revenue through customers? All of that is, when it comes to transparency, needs to be shared. The second aspect of transparency that John views as important is to be transparent when it comes to the challenges that the company is experiencing. So at the time, they had the number 2, second in market share. So let your people know, hey, we're not number 1, but we want to be number 1. And so this is what we need to accomplish in order to make that happen. The third tip John shared was performance. When it comes to being transparent, be sure to let your people know exactly where you want them to be on performance, what's being measured, how things are being measured, and that will help them know what it is that they need to work on and set goals as well. And then the fourth strategy or tip is mindsets. So you need to have that mindset, that internal strength of letting your people know, hey, this is what you see is what you get. And it's that transparency that is communicated on a daily basis. So people know, hey, you're not fake. You're not going to lead us down the wrong path. What you see is what you get. And that is a strategy with regard to transparency that John lives by. And then last but not least is to really create a forum where your people have the opportunity to ask questions from you. So if you want your people to feel like they are getting the truth, then create the space for them to make that happen. And such as like a town hall. You can have a quarterly town hall or a mid-year town hall where you actually share with the company what is going on, where you all are with regard to revenue and where you want to be by the end of the year. These are aspects of transparency that really helps kind of take the stress off your people and lets them know, hey, I know what's going on with my company. I feel confident that, one, I still have a job later down the road. We're not going to fold. We're not going to go under. So being transparent is hugely important. So hopefully you found these strategies useful that John had shared as a contributor in this book, Magnetic Trust, and that you can actually get the information for this book in the description down below, where you can find out more specific information, where you can get it on Amazon. And last but not least, I want you to go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. And that includes being transparent when it comes to what is happening either with yourself or within the company. Until next time, bye.